Hey, okay, so we're in my kitchen and you're probably wondering what's happening. Okay, so I'm gonna run through some things pretty quick. I'm probably not coming on camera. But anyway, I'm gonna start here. So I told y'all I had anemone seeds that I was gonna try to sprout or try to plant. So I put those seeds on here. So those white specks you see, those are the seeds. So it's like when I took them off of the plant, which you can see right there. You see that one? See that one right there? On my fingernail? That one. You can see the white around the seed. Well, anyway, um, that's how they came off of the plant. And it's like, I don't know if it's got like this like fuzzy coating that's supposed to help them like blow away or something. I don't really know. But I didn't bother trying to get that off of any of them. And that's part of the reason why this all grouped together, because I couldn't really pull that apart very well. So I spread them out the best I could. And then I have this lid because I had just washed this in the dish that it goes with. So I had it already out. So I just kind of set it on top of there. Also, this is just this is the top of an egg container, egg carton. I didn't put holes in it or anything, so that's why I have it just sitting on the counter. And that's just potting mix. I didn't bother trying to use seed starting mix or anything because I really didn't know how these were going to do. And as you know, seed starting mix, you don't get a lot, and it probably costs as much or, well, more maybe than these big bags of potting mix. So I wasn't really trying to use that for this. So I didn't. So that's just the potting mix. I think it's the same one I used in the green stalks. So it might just be whatever I had left over from doing that. So that's what that is. And I just did that 2, maybe 3 days ago. So nothing's happening there yet. Moving to the sink. Okay. So again, I just used potting mix. I actually just did these this morning. And I'll be moving them from over here. That tray over there with the anemone seeds, it'll sit there probably until something actually happens. But yeah, so let me tell you what we have. I have onions. I didn't count these onions out. I just scattered seeds in each one. So I have a yellow onion, a sweet onion, whatever. And then I have a red on that side. Right here, I have broccoli and cauliflower. And I'll show you the seed packs. I still have them out over here. But I have the broccoli and just the regular white cauliflower. This whole 6-pack is just cabbage. And then this is more cauliflower. This is that purple one. And this is the green. I think it's the Romanesco. Is that what that is? Anyway, it's the green one. But I'll show you the seeds over here. So this is what I'm thinking, okay? As you can see, I really didn't start a whole lot. Yeah, that's going to be, what, 6, 12, 18 plants. Not counting the onions because those go just in a completely separate space. And actually, these aren't going to all be in the same place either. Sorry, had to count, make sure I said the right number. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. So over in the framed in garden space where I have all that kale and where the hibiscus that I just planted, where all that is. If you remember, I had the longer sides covered last winter. So I already have some plastic cut to the lengths that I need for those sections. So I'm planning to put the cabbage down one side. And again, I only have 6, so I should be able to give them a nice amount of space and not crowd them. Although I do still have the kale in there. And I just cleaned that up a couple of days ago and got like all of the eaten leaves off of it because I don't know if it was the budworms or army worms or what, but they've just been eaten up. So I cleaned those up and just left the new growth at the very top to see if they'll survive. if they do, they'll still be in that space along with the cabbage. And I still have the celery out there too. I don't really know what's going to happen with that. But yeah, so I'm planning on putting the cabbage down one side. These right here, the green and the purple cauliflower, I will probably put these in the big bed, where I have those two beds outside of the fence, where one I have the sweet potatoes and the regular potatoes in, and then I have that other one that right now has the butternut plants in it. I think I'm going to only put these 6 in that space. Again, I'm trying to give stuff a little more room this year. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. We'll see if I change my mind on that, because that also means having to keep my eye on additional spaces when I start spreading these out instead of grouping them all together. So I think it'll be okay though. So looking at planting these 6 in that bed, and then likely putting these 6, the broccoli and just the regular white, what's it called, like snowball cauliflower. I'm thinking I'm gonna put these on the opposite side from the cabbage, because I do have plastic already cut for that side too. And then those 2 short beds along the front, I have some cut for those, but I'm not planning on using that space. I'm also not planning on putting anything in that middle bed where the tomatoes are. So right now, also where the kale is, I have started putting beet seeds and carrot seeds across those beds. I've only put 1 row of each right now. I'm trying to kind of stagger them. The beets are coming up. I haven't seen, did I say kale just then? I don't know. Beets and carrots. The beets are coming up. Haven't seen any carrots. And the weather has been weird here. So we got some cool like a week or 2 ago. But then I think we're going to be in the 90s for like the next week or so. It's crazy. So yeah, I put those seeds out there, and I do still have the shade cloth over both of those sides. So like I said, the beets are coming up. They're already sprouting. Haven't seen any carrots. I don't know if I'm going to see any carrots. We'll just see how that goes. All right, so let me show you what we have. These are just the same seed packs I had from last year. I haven't bought anything new. So that's the purple. That's that purple cauliflower. And again, I'm starting this really late for fall, so this is really going to be more of an overwinter planting instead of a fall planting. Because generally with fall plantings, you're looking at having the stuff in the ground around late summer so that you can harvest it over into the fall. And that's just not going to be the case because I did start so late on this stuff. I had this one sitting over me because I actually dropped this seed pack over in the sink. And it's just little specks of water in there from whenever the last time was I did something in the sink. So I was keeping it open to let that dry without touching the seeds. Okay, and that's the broccoli. And these I've probably had these for 2-3 years, maybe. What did it say? Packed for 2022. So there you go. I had those since 2022. And these are the ones I just bought last year and tried to do over winter, I think. Did I try to do those over winter, or did I buy those to do in the spring? I don't know. And the cabbage, same thing. Had this for a couple years now. And yeah, we're not getting into all that. Here are the onions. And I do have a long day onion, which I think is the red. It's another red that I have. And I thought that doing the short day one would do better. We'll see. Which actually, I had some reds. All I really harvested this year were red onions. Yeah. Yellows didn't really do much, so I don't know. And then this is a red that I bought in store. But I have a red that I think I ordered when I got this. But again, I just went with the short day one and then try some of these as well. All right. One more thing for you. So I said I didn't buy seeds. I was talking specifically about the fall planting stuff. I do have these seeds. So these are for the new flower bed. And I set up everything I got is winter hardy here. So I was thinking of starting this stuff and getting it growing and going ahead and planting it out instead of waiting until the spring, because I'm going to have enough going on in the spring, honestly. So if I can get this stuff going and can go ahead and plant them, even if they're, smaller, go ahead and get them outside instead of me having to try to do it later on, that would be better. So we're just going to see how that goes. Right now, I'm reconsidering that on these, but we'll talk about that when I get to them. So I'm going to go from the shortest to the tallest, which just happens to be the order that they're laying here in. These will be closer to the edge of the border, and then the other stuff will be further in. Okay, here's the Gaillardia. It's a dwarf Gaillardia, 12 inches tall, 25 seeds. So another thing I'm thinking of doing is starting like half of the seeds in these 2 packs. And I don't know, I'm not really sure how many I want right now, but that'll give me a good start. And then just in case they don't make it, like me trying to do this the way I'm planning to do it turns out to be a bad idea, I won't lose all of them. So if I start half and they die because it just didn't work out, I'll still have the rest of the seeds to try it again later in the spring, or late winter to plant in the spring. Okay, germination is 14 to 21 days. Good night. Oh gosh, it might be getting cold here by then. We'll see about it. Okay, and the echinacea, 2 feet tall, 30 seeds. Again, I'll do about half of these. 10 to 21 days. Okay. And then here are the delphiniums. Now, I want you to see this on here. And, sorry, it's a red. That's a red. This is a reddish color or something. And then this is a dark blue white. It's like really dark blue. That's an interesting color after those, but I wanted the dark color one, so that's what I'm getting, or that's what I got. And this is a dwarf, so it's 2.5 to 3 feet tall, and yes, 50 seeds in this. Now, when you start looking at the planting instructions, oh gosh, I didn't read that. Germination is 14 to 35 days, but that makes sense when you read the next part. Germination rate can be improved if prior to sowing, the seeds are placed in a Ziploc bag with a small amount of moist growing media and placed into the refrigerator for 2 weeks. And I was like, it didn't say that's necessary, but seems like we're not telling you have to, but it's highly suggested kind of thing. So I don't know that I feel like dealing with that right now. So I don't know about this. I don't know about trying to start these now. Don't know. Just don't know. But we'll see. I planned on doing this today, and I may still get to these this evening. But as of right now, I've gotten that stuff done, and that's more urgent because, again, I'm just trying this to kind of give myself a little bit of a head start on, or a little bit less to do in the spring. But this is stuff I actually need to go ahead and get it ready and get it out here pretty soon. So yeah, I'll probably come back and do these later this evening. And I might actually use seed starting mix. I have some, I just didn't want to use it up on this stuff that I was doing. But yeah, we will see. We'll see. I'm also wondering now if I actually want to, how clean I want to try to keep this, because I may just do a couple of the 6-packs and then do multiples in each one instead of having it where I can just take each one out. Well, that'll be neater, especially if I'm trying to plant these at a less than ideal time. It would probably be better if I left them separate, where I could take the full plug out and plant it. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. I'm gonna do the seeds separately. Yeah, I'll probably do that later. I don't think there's anything else that I need to show or tell you right now. I will say this is the bulk of what I'm planning for fall. Again, I do still have that kale out there. I have beets that are sprouting. May or may not end up with some carrots. And I am planning on putting more beets out as well. I already said the kale. I'll put the onions out. And I do have garlic, and I'll just put garlic out from the garlic that I harvested this year. So I think that is all I'm gonna have out. I'm trying to think through that. Besides herbs and stuff like that, which I'm not restarting any of that stuff. It's just gonna be whatever's already out there. Well, I say that, but I might need some more time, because I just realized today that my time is like dead. It's just all dried up. So yeah, my main thyme plant. I do have I have the lemon thyme in that front border, and it's loving its life up there. But yeah, my primary one is not looking great. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to keep it fairly light. Right now, I'm looking at basically having 4 beds that I'll have to kind of keep an eye on. But really, the bed with the onions and garlic, I'm not actually going to have to do anything with that. They'll just be out there, and yeah, I don't actually have to do anything to care for them over the winter. They'll just be out. Like, I won't have to cover them unless I just want to. Like, I'm nervous, I might cover them, but not really. And then the other spaces, once it gets like consistently like really cold, I can cover them and leave them covered. The problem is going to be that period where it's still kind of up and down, and it's going to get real cold overnight, but then it's going to be pretty warm during the day. So I don't need to leave that plastic on there, because it's going to get way too hot under the plastic. That's going to be the issue. But once we get like really into the swing of winter, it'll be mostly hands off. I'll just have to keep an eye on things as far as not missing my harvest window. But yeah, that's going to be it. Yeah, that's it. Just tell me how you guys are doing, what you got going on. Are you planning stuff? Do you already have stuff out? Like, is it cold enough for y'all to have stuff out? Because like I said, we had a little, couple weeks. I don't know if they would call it like a false fall kind of thing, how they say false spring. But yeah, it was a week or so where it was like, I knew it. I was like, it's going to get hot again. And sure enough, it did. But yeah, I don't know if it's like that where you are, or if you are like, hey, we're like fully into fall at this point. Or you're just still very much in summer. I don't know. But yeah, let's see you. Talk to you guys later. Bye.